All right. So yeah, it's a new day and damn, I hit the vape, y'all. So if my voice sound kind of like funny, it's probably sound deeper or something. It's because that vape do be burning the back of your throat. Like, damn, bitch, you know. But it's not one of those nicotine vapes. It's I don't know what words I could use on this motherfucker, but I got it from a dispensary. Let's just put it like that. Anyways, um, so I feel like these videos are going to reach who they need to reach, you know. Um, but this is just like so in your face that I feel like people really need to see to understand this. I'm also hoping people give me my credit because a lot of times that don't happen. I don't know why people do me like that, bruh, but that happens a lot. So, but I ain't even trying to worry about all of that. I'm sure not gonna get upset because everything do happen for a reason. Okay, so let's just recap. Real quick. All right. So basically, in this speech, Kennedy was basically telling us what they are doing to us. I mean, he revealing basically everything. How they manipulate you, how they keep you in fear and depressed in order to manipulate you, how they play psychological games with you in order to persuade what you do and how you react. They keep you in bondage through this fear. And Kennedy was basically saying that he was fighting for world peace, not just politically. I feel like this, it goes in layers. However layer that you choose to understand what I'm talking about, it's all saying the same thing. Even if you own the surface of this, you should still be concerned about what is in this speech. You know, because he is talking about nuclear bombs and stuff like that. And, you know, he wants to combine together because there is a revolutionary tide coming that, you know, it's people that's not going to stand for this shit. So what you need to do is get on our side, but it's deeper than that. Like, this is spiritual war. They create war in this physical 3D world because it is just playing out the spiritual realm. Bruh. So however you choose to perceive it, this shit is alarming what he is saying. This was back in the 60s. People talk about Kennedy all the time. They talk about him all the time, but they don't go into detail of like his speeches and shit like that because they knew. It's like that's why they even talk about Kennedy all the time. Kennedy Space Center, Kennedy this, John F. Kennedy Airport, you know, and then they always put him in movies and shit like that. And but they don't go into detail of his speech. If they do have him inciting a speech on TV, it's a part that doesn't really say anything. So they create our whole outlook of Kennedy. And then they keep stuff like this, like it's not hidden. You can find it if you look for it. But even then it is hidden. You know what I'm saying? Because within this, it's a lot of subliminals. So you do have to like read between the lines. Like this right here is real specific, a battle for minds and souls. So Kennedy was aware of the spiritual aspect of this, or not just the spiritual. He was aware of the fact that he could see everything that is happening and where it is coming from and originated. And he is talking almost on a galactic level or some shit. I don't even know why I use that word, but on a higher level of consciousness, he knew that there was a wave of revolutionary souls that is coming here, and they're gonna fuck shit up, okay? Because they not gonna be able to deal with this shit. They're not gonna stand for this shit. It's gonna be within their spirit to be like that. It's not just like they gonna just rebel. These motherfuckers is not gonna go marching and shit like that, because those are constructs that they want you to chase. No, these motherfuckers is coming here and they breaking people free by breaking the chains on their mentality and on their spirit. You know, because in different consciousness, they had a different way of understanding things. Like if you go back into like 2012 and shit like that, you find a whole lot of conspiracy videos and shit like that, but they ain't really talking about anything. They might be talking about shit like the Illuminati, reptilians, um, you know, but we needed that phase. We needed that phase because even though what they talking about is, you know, at this point in our evolution, like we way past that shit. But at that time, like in order to learn something, you gotta take like baby steps. Like you just not gonna go to school and just learn algebra right out the gate without learning about um addition and subtraction. You get what I'm saying? So those times was needed, but they knew that this time right here, where I could sit down to you and break this shit down and tell you what it is meaning on a godly level, they talking about this time here. Like these people are coming. And when they talk about these numbers, I feel like they're talking about groups of souls. Okay, let's go over one. During the last 2 months, our gold stocks, mm, actually increased by $17 million compared to the loss of $635 million during the last 2 months of 1960. Mm. So I felt like they saying like, look, we have gained more souls. These are like golden type people. And I remember reading about that shit some time ago. Let me try to remember it. I was talking about this shit because it's like a golden age of people or something, and I went and read it. I can't recall like what it was exactly, but it's like imagine this was like in a spiritual realm or something like that, and you have these two groups of souls, one that's fighting for freedom and peace, and the other is fighting for domination and control. And the one side is talking to the other side like, look, we recruiting people. These are some powerful people, and like this war that is coming, you is not gonna win it. So you might as well just do what I say and stuff like that. And they just using Kennedy as like a vessel to like communicate this. Hmm. So they do lose sometimes. Look how many spiritual people we lost to what going on right now. People so caught up in fear, like they on backtracked it into falling victim to this damn system that they not happy in. It's something that makes you miserable, but you feel forced into it because of fear. We really don't have shit to fear, you know, but we really feel that way. It's a powerful emotion to get people to do the dumbest shit, like sell your soul. We must maintain this progress, and this will require the cooperation and restraint of everyone. All right, let's go to where I was at. In an earlier message, I requested $1.6 billion for military assistance, stating that this world will maintain existing force levels, but that I could not foresee how much more might be required. It is not now clear that this is not enough. The present crisis and da 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 da. I therefore request a total of $1.8 billion for military assistance, an amount less than that requested a year ago. You know, I wonder if the government ever mentioned $7 billion. It's always the numbers way below that. Cause I feel like they talking about people and they saying like, look, we need this many more souls to come to this like new dimension or whatever. You know, these are soldiers. These are like golden people, spirits, golden spirits. Okay, military and economic assistance has been a heavy burden on our citizens for a long time. And I recognize the strong pressures against it. But this battle is far from over, bitch. It is reaching a crucial stage. And I believe we should participate in it. We cannot merely state our opposition or totalitarian advance without paying the price of helping those now under the greatest pressure. Mm, mm, mm. relating to a system of government that is centralized dictator. So that's what I knew that it meant, but I just wanted to double check. If they don't do this, this person like Kennedy with his big dick energy is coming and being like, look, we gonna win this shit. Okay. Now don't wait till it's too late, because you're gonna pay this price. You're gonna get this ass whooping. So, I believe you should just participate, because if you don't, like, it's gonna be bad for you. Cause there is a new group of souls coming and they is not playing no games. And look, not just that, but we want more souls as well. Okay. And the price just gonna continue to increase. But it is a negotiation. But it's like a negotiation where you're talking to somebody that, look, I don't want to make you feel like you forcing everything. But look, it's just inevitable that you're gonna lose. So you might as well go ahead and participate. I'm trying to help you now, because in the future, it ain't nothing that you're gonna be able to do. Okay, this where I was at. Was I? Da-da-da. No, I might have read it. Wait a minute. Okay, I was in this area. I don't know if I read this first part yet. I came all the way down here. Um, See, I'm now convinced, like, when they talk about these like countries and states and stuff, I know about NATO. NATO is not even a world alliances, because it only include a few countries. It don't include all of them, you know. But that's the political meaning to it. But I feel like it's other meanings to it as well, like group of souls working together. Hmm. Polaris, 5 Polaris submarines. Polaris missile was a two-stage solid fuel nuclear armed submarine. Launch ballistic missile. So this is a bomb, an underwater missile, an underwater missile. But it's the feeling of he know who he talking to. Like, these people can't even comprehend certain shit. So it's like they really talking to us and letting us know, like, look, this is what they doing. Because their mindset is like very limited. I almost feel like their divinity has been taken from them, has been stripped it from them because of whatever. So, in the eyes of these higher beings, like, look, we gonna win this shit. It's no questions asked about it. Like, we just more powerful than you. We just taking some time because we are still building. Mhm. In line with these developments, I have directed a further reinforcement of our own capacity to deter or resist non-nuclear aggression. In line with these developments, I have directed a further reinforcement of our own capacity to deter or resist. So it's like he's saying that he already has sent down a group of spirits to deter the shit that you do. In the conventional field, with one exception, I find no present need for large new levies of men. What is needed is rather a change of position to give us still further increases in flexibility. Like, I feel like they have people so lost in the mind and the body, which is man. And they're saying that, look, we don't have no need for this. We need spiritual beings. Therefore, I am directing the Secretary of Defense to undertake a reorganization and modernization of Army's divisional structure, to increase its non-nuclear firepower, to improve its tactical mobility in any environment, to ensure its flexibility to meet any direct or indirect threat, to facilitate its coordination with our major allies, and to provide more modern mechanized divisions in Europe and bring their equipment to date and new airborne brigades in both the Pacific and Europe. Bruh, that's like what some people are really doing now. It's more than just like people on here talking about the Illuminati and shit like that. There are some people who's actually talking about like our own spirit in this spiritual war. So they basically saying in the 60s, like, look, we about to send down these spirits. And this is how they gonna be. They gonna be, okay, I am directing a Secretary of Defense, these new spirits, to undertake a reorganization and modernization of Army divisional structure. Look, divisional structure, the shit that they use to keep us divided. But these new group of spirits that coming down here for defense, they gonna be educating and teaching people how to free themselves from this shit right here. Damn, bitch. To increase its non-nuclear firepower, to improve its tactical mobility in any environment, bitch. To ensure its flexibility to meet any direct or indirect threat. So even that subliminal shit that you be doing, these motherfuckers that coming down here, they gonna be able to see that and feel that and point that shit out and wake other people up and let them know what the threat is. Like you ain't gonna be able to hide shit no more. These people gonna be able to see through all that shit that you do. It's gonna be non-effective. And we bringing these people down here, you know, like they coming. This is in the 60s now, but he talking about this town that we are in now. These type of motherfuckers are coming, okay? Now, in the past, we only had like a few of them, and they wasn't even fully, you know, but it's been changes, even changes in our bodies that we could carry such powerful spirits. And secondly, I am seeking the Congress for an additional 100 million to begin the procurement tasks necessary to re-equip this new army structure with this most modern material. So he's saying like, look, these new motherfuckers that coming down here, right? They gonna force you to have to upgrade shit. You see how people is rebelling from getting this thing? Like all the people who started strikes and stuff like that, because they told them in order to work, that's what you was forced into that position. And people like, who the fuck are you, bitch? Like, how you gonna force me to take, nah. And have y'all noticed how like how weird it's getting to see them force people to get it? And it's looking suspicious to motherfuckers. People being like, damn, like I wasn't even thinking that deep about it, but now seeing how desperate y'all is, like, what is going on? I don't trust this shit. And you know what? I feel like these people in power are really dumb as fuck. You know, it's just that, see, people are tapping into their spirit now. So it's like we understanding that. But when you lost in your mind and your body, you can't even perceive it. And they had created tactics to keep you in that space. But in your spirit, you like, you laughing at shit because it's like, well, they trying to get me to believe in this shit, but it's just funny because it's so obviously a lie. So, new helicopters, new angels, new arm personal carriers, and new, what is this? See these words that they be using? So basically, new angels, new healers, new wizards, and witches. What is this? Oh, new soldiers, people that really, people, you know, because you have the people who go around and they heal people. You got people that go around and they enlighten people. Then you got people who are the muscle and they will go around and beat a motherfucker up on some spiritual shit. For example, must be obtained now. Third, I am directing the Secretary of Defense to expand rapidly and substantially in cooperation with our allies. The orientation of existing forces for the conduct of non-nuclear war. Paramilitary operations and sub-limited are unconventional wars. Oof. Mm-mm-mm. I'm finna hit the pen again, y'all. Hold on. Mm. So let's read this one more time. In cooperation with our allies, yeah, help our people. You know, you might as well. Operations and sub-limited. See, unconventional wars. In addition, our special forces and unconventional warfare units will be increased and reoriented throughout the service. New emphasis must be placed on special skills and languages which are required to work with local populations. It like so in your face. This shit don't even sound 3D. This like, I don't know what it sounds like to other people, but I'm saying when I read shit at this point in my life, um, I think what I'm seeing, maybe other people ain't. I don't know if other people seeing it like that. I don't know. Like somebody communicate with me. Ain't nobody been saying shit on these videos, and I'm just like, why people are so quiet? Cause y'all should really feel some type of way. Like, why y'all don't feel no type of way? People should feel a type of way about this shit. But we straight though. We gonna be all right, man. It's beautiful outside. I need to go on a walk. It's so pretty. It's like beautiful weather. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so fourth, the Army is developing plans to make possible a much more rapid deployment of a major portion of its highly trained reserve forces. When these plans are completed and the reserve is strengthened, two combat equipped divisions plus their supporting forces, a total of 89,000 men, could be ready in an emergency for operations with but 3 weeks. Y'all, I know exactly what this is saying, but you know what, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all figure this out. What do you think this saying? I know exactly what this saying. Mm-mm-mm. Could be ready in an emergency for operations with but 3. Because sometimes I feel like if I even explain this part right here, it might sound egotistical. So what y'all think this say right here? What y'all think this say? What is really saying? Because if I say it, no. Spirit telling me not even to say it, child. My spirit could be ready in an emergency for operations with but 3 weeks notice. Two more divisions with about 5 weeks notice. And 6 additional divisions and their supporting forces. This is real interesting because it really pointing out um the dynamics in this. Whatever group that they is talking about in this is very limited. You know, I thought it would be more. Um, but it's really not even that many. And I thought it would be more of these type of people. Okay, 6 additional divisions and their supporting forces, making a total of 10 divisions, could be deployable with less than 8 weeks notice. In short, these new plans will allow us to almost double the combat power of the Army in less than 2 months. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Compared to the nearly 9 months heretofore required. Mm. Mm. Damn, that's really soon. Hold on. That would be mm. I feel like between 2023, I might be miscalculating, and 2025 is going to be very significant. It's going to be complete. Fifth, to enhance the already formidable ability of the Marine Corps to respond to limited war emergencies. I am asking the Congress for $60 million to increase the Marine Corps strength of 190,000 men. Mm. These will increase the initial impact and staying power of our 3 Marine divisions and 3 air. Why is there 3 air signs? Why there is 3 water signs? I'm just saying, just the coincidences, you know. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and provide a trained nucleus for further expansion if necessary for self-defense. Bruh, I'm like reading this on a whole nother level, and it's like some of this shit I don't even want to explain, but I gotta say it in my head real quick. Mm. Water signs are powerful, I'm telling you. Bruh, this shit is like tripping me the fuck out though. I ain't even joking. And it ain't the weed. Because this particular section right here is very specific. I'm starting to realize that like it's something for like everybody and like different soul groups and stuff. It's almost like a report telling that particular soul group, like, okay, this is what's happening and this is what we need and this is what. So it's like, damn. It's like I don't even know how to make this make sense to people. I'm trying my best. Finally, wait, see, for further expansion. Bruh, the shit that I'm seeing, bruh, it's like, damn. Finally, to cite one other area of activities that are both legitimate and necessary as a means of self-defense in an age of hidden perils. Our whole intelligence effort must be reviewed and its coordination with other elements of policy assured. The Congress and the American people are entitled to know that we will institute whatever new organization, policies, and control are necessary. Mm-mm-mm. There's a certain group of souls that really need to know that you are supported and you are gonna be all right. Like, don't worry about shit. Just go with the flow. You don't got shit to even worry about. You are straight. Chill. Some things are in work. Things are being worked on. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That whole section was crazy as fuck. On a whole nother level. Child, whoever hear it, that message is for you. And it's such very few. I mean, damn, bruh. I didn't know it was this little. I wouldn't have even conceived that. Like this specific group of souls. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This is a good motherfucking read, bruh. I'm finna start reading more shit like this. I have to. This is a good read. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I guess everything become a good read when you know what to actually look for. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, civil defense. I'm moving the screen over here with the arrow at, but y'all probably can't see it. I don't know why I don't do that. Ooh, our major element of national security program, which this nation has never squarely faced up to, is civil defense. One major element of national security, which has nation has which this nation whatever spirit that is speaking through Kennedy is like this problem arises not from present trends, but from national inaction in which most of us have participated. In the past decade, we have intermittently considered a variety of programs, but we have never adopted a consistent policy. Public considerations have been largely characterized by apathy, indifference, and skepticism, nullified um, damn, did I delete it? I might have. Oh, no. Nullified, nullification, apathy, indifference. It's like they're telling them what is this is turning into, creating these type of feelings. People feeling apathetic, like just don't give a fuck, indifference, like whatever, but they skeptical because they feel something wrong, something ain't right. While at the same time, many of the civil defense plans have been so far reaching and unrealistic that they have not gained essential support. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Souls that like trapped here is not getting sufficient support. Like they have us reaching for unrealistic goals that they have set for us with no intent but to drain us. This shit almost sound like a court paper. They like, look, I'm finna read you your motherfucking rights. This what you have done. This is what you have done, and this is what you have created. The administration has been looking hard at exactly what civil defense can and cannot do. This administration has been looking hard at exactly what civil defense can and cannot do. It cannot be obtained cheaply. It cannot give an assurance of blast protection that will be proof against surprise attack or guaranteed against absolute I don't know, our destruction. And it cannot deter a nuclear attack. This spirit that is speaking through Kennedy is so upset at like a group of souls. We will deter an enemy from making a nuclear attack only if our retaliatory power is so strong and so invulnerable that he knows he will be destroyed by our response. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Kennedy, big dick energy. Wait, I gotta read that again. We will deter an enemy from making a nuclear attack only if our retaliatory power is so strong and so invulnerable that he knows he will be destroyed by our response. If we have that strength, civil defense is not needed to deter an attack. If we should ever lack it, civil defense cannot be an adequate substitute. Like, look, you know not to even try us because this retaliatory power is so damn strong that they will know that they will be destroyed by our response. Wow, bitch. If we have that strength, which we do, civil defense. So okay, he also saying like, look, this is what coming. People are coming with this type of strength. So this civil defense is like it's not gonna do shit. It's just not gonna do nothing. But this deterrent concept assumes rational calculations by rational men. That's interesting. And the history of this planet, see, the whole history of the planet, and particularly the history of the 20th century. We're in the 21st century. It's sufficient to remind us of the possibilities of an irrational attack, a miscalculation, an accidental war. At this point, I feel like whoever they didn't even take it, and now we're going to come into this war, whatever, because I feel like instead of working together, they decided to continue to manipulate and control, and they still doing that shit. They even did all this shit with the whole I ain't gonna say the word and stuff, the whole sickness and everything. And since the beginning, people were skeptical about it. People were saying like, yo, this shit was released on purpose. Yo, this shit is this, da 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 da. Like people already know. Don't get that wish color. I wouldn't recommend it, man. I know that it's hard, but you will be taken care of if you decide not to get it. If they tell you that you can't go to school right now, maybe they meant for you to go to school right now. You know, this shit might even be irrelevant. School might even be irrelevant after this shit. So it's up to you. You know, it's your choice, but I wouldn't recommend it. All right. Or a war of escalation in which the stakes by each side gradually increases to the point of maximum damn maximum danger, which cannot be either foreseen or deterred. It is on the basis that civil defense can be readily, justifiably, as insurance for the civilian population in case of an enemy miscalculation. It is insurance we trust will never be needed, but assurance which we can never forgive ourselves for foregoing in the event of the catastrophic. Hmm, that was so poetic. Once the validity of this concept is recognized, bitch, once you get the fucking point, there is no point in delaying the initiation of a nationwide long-range program of identifying present fallout shelter capacity and providing shelter in new and existing structures. Such a program will protect millions of people against the hazards of radioactive fallout in the event of a large-scale nuclear attack. Effective performance of the entire program cannot require new legislative authority and more funds, but also sound organization arrangements. Mm, all right. Therefore, under the authority vested in me by reorganization plan number one of 1958, 1958, I am assigning responsibility for this program to the top civilian authority already responsible for continental defense, the Secretary of Defense. It is important that this function remain civilian to the people at the bottom, to the everyday people, to the public, the truth be out there. And nature and leadership, dang, it's almost like writing a spell on this document. It's almost like that, like this is what they're doing right here. Like whatever you try to do, you can't completely hide this document. It's always going to be revealed to the public. The Office of Civil and Defense mobilization will be reconstructed as a small staff agency to assist in the coordination of these functions to more accurately Wow, man. It's wrong. Okay, to the civil and defense mobilization will be reconstructed. Got set up straight as a small staff agency to assist. It is small too. To assist in the coordination of these functions. To more accurately describe its role, its title should be changed to the Office of Emergency Planning. As soon as those newly charged, see, everything is energy, everything is energetic. He didn't say newly trained or nothing like that. He said newly charged. Like they real specific with these words. With these responsibilities, have prepared new authorizations. I need water. Prepared prepare new authorizations and corporation, and I fucked up that word, requests. Such requests will be transmitted to Congress for such strengthening federal state civil defense program. Such a program will provide federal funds for identifying fallout shelter capacity in existing structures, and it will include, where appropriate, incorporation of shelter in federal buildings, new requirements for shelter. I'm sick of reading this. Oh, child. For shelter in buildings constructed with federal assistance and matching grants and other incentives for reconstructing shelter in state and local and private buildings. Let me read that in my head real quick. Oh my God. This almost like writing a spell on these particular people that you cannot harm them. Like these people are protected because they know how to identify these fallout shelters. These are newly charged beings, a whole new breed. Incorporation. I'll read it to y'all. Incorporation is the legal process used to form a corporate entity or company. A corporation is the resulting legal entity. Don't they look like souls over here in a bubble with little question marks on their head? Exactly. It motherfucker exactly. Spirit ain't motherfucking playing, bitch. These over the what the fuck they say? Oh my God, you gotta pay attention to every motherfucking thing because I'm telling you, it be so in our fucking face. Trapping these souls that separates the firm's assets and income. Look, separates the firm's assets and income from its owners. Separates. And investors, it is the process of legally declaring a corporate entity as separate from its owners. Bruh, all this shit is like fucking rich crowd. All this shit is like written in here. I hope I'm making sense, bro, because I'm telling you, this is the motherfucking truth. Like this whole, it feels creepy. This shit is crazy. It's like basically them taking their soul from you. Okay, what was the reference over here? Some shit I'm really starting not to like. Hold on. Mm. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Federal appropriations for civil defense in 1962. Under this program will in all likelihood be more than triple the pending budget requests, and they will increase sharply in subsequent years. Financial participation will also be required from state and local. Okay, it's starting to make sense. Yeah, I remember when I was saying that it's really a small group, and this was in 62, so it could had increased, but nah, I feel like this is where it's at right now. But it will be increasing. Financial participation, they're always attaching people to money, will also be required from state and local governments and from private citizens. I kind of zoned out there. Participation will also be required from state and local governments and from private citizens. But no insurance is cost-free, and every American citizen and his community must decide for themselves whether this form of survival insurance justifies the expenditure of effort. Oh my God. Time and money. For myself, I am convinced that it does. Mm-mm-mm. So, as a spirit, you have to choose this. You must decide for it yourself. I really feel like it's talking about this time right now. You also have to put in the effort for spiritual growth. You got to put in the time, the work, the shadow work for it. For myself, I am convinced that it does. It's so respectful for him to say for himself before he's saying that. Because as you reading this, just saying this right here could make the statement true for you. So, sometimes you got to be careful of what you say, but it's so respectful for him to say for myself before it, because he's saying that he just taking ownership for his spirit. Mm, 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 mm. I cannot end this discussion disarmament. Okay, what time is it? All right. Mm, mm, mm. This is interesting, but I'm gonna come back in another part and read it. This is so long. So I'm gonna pick up here. Stay blessed, y'all.